It's Dave Mustaine's birthday today.
You should come down here. This bus is fucking awesome.
I wasn't there.
Come on, man.
More?
Rip off. What do you want me to do on this tour? There's not gonna be nothing left of you in a couple of years.
All right, so this is the first day of tour here. This is the day before pre-production. So we all just flew in and everyone's in a hotel. We go into hotels as soon as we fly in. So the bus comes to the hotels before the start of the tour. And this is my opportunity to get on the bus, claim my bunk, and kind of just get a look at the bus and get familiar with everything since we're going to be living here for the next, 6 weeks or so. So this is the front lounge. No one's on the bus right now. Like I said, everyone's in the hotels. One thing about new buses is they have seat belts, even though nobody uses them. I guess they're required to have them. And all the stuff that's in here, the plates, cups, bowls, forks, all that stuff was already on the bus when we got it. So that's from, I guess, the band that was there before. They clean these buses out in between tours, but I guess if they feel like the supplies is useful, they just leave it on there. So same thing with the paper towels, coffee, sugar, all that kind of stuff stays there if they choose to leave it there. I mean, I guess it's better than throwing it away. This is the bathroom where we have a shower, but nobody uses the shower. We only shower at the venue, and this is typically used just for storage. So we'll put waters, Gatorades, Monsters there throughout the tour since we don't have a lot of space. This is the fridge, typically used for leftovers, lunch meat, veggie trays, stuff like that. A freezer as well, which is mainly just used for ice. Microwave, and then this is going into bunk alley. So this is obviously where everybody sleeps. We have top, middle, and bottom bunks. I have a middle bunk, and that's probably the most sought-after bunk just because it's easiest to get in and out of and organize. And this is the back lounge here. And one thing you'll notice about the back lounge as I continue doing these videos is the back lounge is fairly clean and empty right now. But as time goes on, after the first few days, it's pretty much useless because there's so many backpacks, pelicans, shoes, and stuff everywhere. You can't even sit down, but maybe one or two people can sit down. It's really used for somebody to kind of just sit there and do work at the end of the show. This is more storage in the back. It always comes with like pillows and blankets, but people put backpacks in there, hang their jackets in there, whatever they choose to. This is a crew bus only, by the way. So this is a 12 crew bus with 12 people, so it's a full bus. So yeah, that's pretty much the whole bus. We had the same bus earlier in the year, so we're very familiar with it. Same driver as well. And this is the band bus. I was able to get on the band bus for a few minutes. Way nicer than ours, as expected. Well-deserved, of course. And their bus is typically nicer than ours. I only got a few minutes to film because I don't really like to have the band on film. I just try to respect their privacy. And I took a few videos while only Jason was on there. Nobody else was really on there. But really, really nice bus. They typically get the best bus, as they should. And we have a total of 4 buses. So there's 2 band, 2 crew buses. So not everyone stays on the same bus. So depending on the tour, there's sometimes 3 buses, sometimes 4. And on this one, we had 4 buses. This is their back lounge. I really like the finish on these couches, man. And the way the walls are, the colors. It just has a really bright, clean feeling, which I think really can affect the way you feel on tour and feel on a tour bus. But they had condo bunks right here, which means there's only 8 bunks, but they did get them switched to standard size bunks. So it's either 8 condo bunks or 12 standard bunks. This is the pavilion at Star Lake in Burgettstown, Pennsylvania. And we started a tour here 2 years ago with Alice in Chains. Very first show was here as well. And 2 years later, we are starting the tour with Stained here at the same venue. So something we're very familiar with. And it's a great venue to start. I really like this place.
Hi, what's up, gentlemen? Good to see you. How you doing, brother? Good. Steven!
Where's it right now?
It's up on top of the hill. You want to meet your driver?
Sure.
He has no load bars,
Do you have any though?
but he's going to borrow some from the other Landstar guy.
But I thought you said we had a bunch whenever I asked you yesterday or 2 days ago. What happened to that?
I have some.
Well, yeah, I said, hey, do we have plenty of, how are we on load bars to build attics? Oh, you have plenty. What happened to that?
Hey, this is Steven.
How's it going?
He's,
Nice to meet you. Nice to
merch
meet you.
manager.
Yeah, nice to meet you. What happened to that though?
What?
I told you, I was like, hey, do you have plenty of load bars?
They used them all. When I had to go to Claire, they used them.
What do you mean? For what? For the...
I'll probably get some of them back.
Come on, man.
He's going to borrow some of right down.
The guy on the right is Mike Petrov. He's our lead truck driver. I've worked with him for 2 years now, like 4 or 5 tours already, so I am giving him a hard time, but we have a relationship there. So I'm not being on hard as him as some people might think. The guy to the left is Wally. He was our driver for probably the first half of the tour, and then they had to switch drivers around, and we ended up losing him, and he ended up driving a different truck. So he was driving the merch truck at first, and then he ended up driving, I think, maybe the backline audio truck. I'm not too sure, but we ended up losing him, and I really liked him, so it sucked to lose him as our driver.
What do you want me to do on this tour?
Duct tape. Tape everything.
We got stuff.
Hey, did you get us any more crew stuff?
No, you guys took it all. Yeah. Jeez. Yeah, he didn't even bring me enough load bars. He's like, you got crew stuff? Hey, man.
Some Landstar coming up. Give me more load bars.
Yeah. The third truck? So am I going in that hole then?
Yes.
Okay, so I'll be over there.
Yeah.
Okay, well, last time I was over here, like out of everyone's way, so hopefully I will not be in anyone's way this time.
What do you got over there? Oh, yeah.
No. 2 years ago?
That's why I put you there. So you.
But I feel like I'm in the way there.
No, because you're right in between the doors.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, so that's why I put you there. Right
Okay.
in between the doors.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, last time I was over here.
Yeah, no, that was in the way.
It was hard to say. I mean, I felt like I was in the way no matter what. But it was kind of nice there because what I could do is I would pull the pallets over there. So, or any kind of crap, it would overflow over there, you know? So, whatever.
You can do it. You can do it.
All right.
So at this point, I'm just waiting for them to empty the trucks because I need the dock space. I have 16 pallets worth of product on my truck right now, and I can't do anything with it because look at all these trucks that are getting unloaded. There's nowhere for me to put anything. And so I kind of just have to sit around and wait. And at the same time, I'm also in search of a pallet jack, which is kind of an afterthought for a lot of people. You know, I kind of just have to hope the venue is going to have one. And 2 years ago, they did have one, but it was still such a pain to get one. And we need a pallet jack because we need to pull all those pallets out and put them back in and organize the truck that we need to for the tour.
Need a pallet jack?
Yeah. I mean, if not, unless why did they say they don't have one or what?
They have one. It's far away, though, they said.
It would be, who did you ask?
Somebody that works here a lot, one of the IOPs.
Did they say they could get it for us?
Yeah. I just want to confirm.
I would say yes, because if not, so put it this way, even if we got a
pallet jack.
What's that?
So you need the pallet.
Yeah, we would need it. Yeah, it'd be. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't strap that. Sorry.
Come on, man.
I wasn't there.
Come on,
Hey,
man.
Morgan. Blame that on Morgan.
Well, you're also supposed to wrap the product to the pallet, at least a couple of layers.
That's Morgan. Who? Morgan, the girl in the warehouse.
All the fragile stuff.
But yeah, basically we need to, even if a fork pulled it out, we need the pallet jack to work everything back in.
That's what I thought.
You know?
See if we can borrow theirs.
Okay. Yeah, 2 years ago we had one here, and I just happened to find it. Like
10 years ago, we've asked for a pallet jack, and we've never gotten one.
Really?
yet.
2 years ago I remember using one here,
Well,
but
we borrowed it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, it's probably still there, but I mean, I don't know.
You said you can call, though?
I can call them on the radio.
Gotcha. They said it's in the Legends?
Yeah, it's right up there. Top of
Okay.
it. Mark might have to give me a
So I'm about halfway through emptying the truck here. And what I'm doing right now is, since all the other trucks are empty, since they're doing rehearsals on stage, taking everything out of one truck and putting it into another, which is very time consuming and seems counterproductive. But in order to build the truck out like we do, we basically take all the merch off of the pallets and we stack it up on the floor to the ceiling. You have to take everything out. You have to work with an empty truck. So taking it all out, putting it in another truck, and then putting it back in one by one. I didn't get much footage of it because it was a really busy day, but I also did have a couple of local helpers that came to help me stack these boxes. I mean, it was like 400 boxes.
Oh, the side door is small. It's so short. Normally the side door goes all the way to the ceiling. That was weird. So I guess you don't really know because you only did that last run with us for a few days, but I will say that, so Nate's gonna be, so like pretty much whenever we're almost, keep this in mind, we're almost never gonna be in a dock, ever. This is just to start on the tour. Just to start the tour, our stuff's gonna be typically in the middle of a parking lot somewhere. Sometimes nowhere near this. Like don't ever expect to be with any of the truck drivers or anywhere near the building. Like merch is almost always somewhere else. So, but my point is that like when the merch team comes and helps us out every day.
This is Tyler. He's our VIP rep for the tour. He did a short run with us a few months before this, but he had never toured before. So he's really good at his job, but also doesn't have the experience that a lot of other people do. So this is his first actual tour, and it's an amphitheater tour, so he's very fortunate to be starting on a tour like this. But he crushes it, man. There's a reason that we have him here. And I'm just explaining to him how the truck setup's gonna go, because there's gonna be 3 of us working out of it. It's me, Nate from Stained, who's the merch rep for Stained, and then VIP, which is Tyler, also has to work out of this truck as well. So we're just talking about how the truck's gonna be split, what's gonna go where, how it's all gonna be set up, because Nate isn't there yet, and we're trying to get this stuff set up as quickly as possible before he gets there. And this side door is really useful because if Tyler needs to get into his VIP stuff and we haven't emptied out our side of the truck yet, he can open that side door and get into the truck and easily access his stuff once that door is clear.
Pallets moved, and then we will build an attic right here, and then we will see how much stuff we can get from there, and I guess just kind of take it from there.
So this is the only footage I have of the final result, but the first half is Stained, and the second half is Breaking Benjamin, plus Breaking Benjamin VIP, and the boxes are stacked all the way to the ceiling, as you can see. I didn't even have enough space for everything. I actually had to forward ship 4 pallets worth of product that didn't fit. So front to back, floor to ceiling, even the side door is blocked right now until we can get some more space clear. And right here, I'm waiting for the runner. The runners are the people in the vans who take us back and forth from the hotel to the venue. And I just decided to take a video and get a look of the stage. This is at the end of the night when everyone's already gone. All the bands are back at the hotel. We're about to head back as well. And they leave everything set up overnight just so it's there ready for the next day. There's security there all night. And sometimes even the lighting directors, who obviously do lighting, are there programming until 3 or 4 in the morning sometimes. It's not unusual to see that.
My man.
What's going on? How are you?
Good, how are you? I'm glad you're on this tour, dude.
That was Dave Nestor. He's a very in-demand drum tech. He worked for Stained and also works for Mike Wengren of Disturbed, who we toured with a year before that. And he's also been the drum tech for Korn, Greta Van Fleet, and a bunch of other bands. And he also has his own band, Enemy, as well, that he plays drums in.
Hell yeah, thank you.
Showtime.
How's it going, man?
So usually when we're there, even if there's not a show, they're still catering for us. I believe breakfast, lunch, and dinner from what I can remember. So it's always important to eat there before we go to the hotel, because once you get to the hotel, you're kind of on your own and you just got to eat wherever you can find food. Sometimes it's a Wawa, the convenience store, or it's Taco Bell or whatever's nearby. And sometimes we're getting back at 10 o'clock. There's not really a lot of options.
Let's get some fucking French toast.
Another thing I always try to get done is all my signs for the tour at the very start of the tour. It's creating all the signs for the trinkets, like hats, keychains, pins, anything like that, set lists that we sell at merch. These venues tend to lose these signs on a daily basis, and it really irritates me. And I started giving them a folder that had the same amount of signs, and that way I count them whenever I get them back to make sure they give them back, because not only is it annoying to not get them back for this, just the principle, but it also costs money, and it also costs me a lot of time. It's not the most convenient thing in the middle of a show day when you're running around to pull out the printer, pull out the laminator, print the signs on photo paper, find the photo paper, put it in just to print one sign because somebody didn't want to bring it back. So I always try to print at least 5 of everything. So that gives, normally these places have anywhere from 3 to 5 stands, so that gives each merch stand at least one sign for every trinket that they have. So this is our second show day. We already had the first show day, which I didn't do any filming on, but this is the second show. It's in Noblesville, Indiana, and it was the biggest show of the tour, the biggest show I've ever been a part of. It was 21,000 people. And we did the same place a year before with Disturbed, and that was 19,000 people. I never thought I'd do a show bigger than that, and we come back a year later and ended up doing 21,000 people with Stained and Breaking Benjamin. So pretty impressive.
You going in there?
Yeah, I'm going there. You know,
All right.
me now.
Muffins.
Muffins, huh?
I don't know what that is, but I'll try it.
Reese's Muffins.
Yeah, not sure. Oh, sorry, watching the thing there.
Thanks, sir.
I don't always eat breakfast, by the way. I try to, but it depends on if we're coming from a hotel the night before or if we're coming from being on the bus from a previous show. Depends on what time I wake up and what I got going on for the morning. But I always try to grab breakfast when I can.
Yeah.
So this scooter right here saved me on the tour before because it actually worked. And I was able to get from one side of the venue to the other in a matter of a few minutes rather than 20 minutes. And I brought it on this tour with the intentions of using it, and I left the keys at home. like an idiot. So the entire tour, I was just throwing this thing around back and forth. It was constantly in my way, and I didn't know where the keys were at home, so I would have had somebody send them out to me, but the whole thing just kind of stayed in the way the entire tour. Very unfortunate.
Yeah.
So I found some more shit for you. I'm gonna bring it over, okay?
Okay. Where was it at?
It's in that great cargo container.
Okay. Is it your stuff there too, or what?
Yeah, I just brought over my stuff, and you have some, I think, 2 boxes of guitars in there, and some more shirts. I think it's like 14 boxes.
Yeah, the shirts are gonna be the shirt for today, like that special edition shirt or whatever.
Okay, you want me to put them like out here, kinda? I have like my special shirts off to the side.
Yeah, if you could put them where yours are, so I can get counts on them, would be awesome.
Yeah, of course.
Cool, thank you, man.
All right, so in case you don't know, these tours of this level are typically venue sells tours, which means I'm not selling the product myself. The venue handles all that. So I decide how much product to pull. They decide how many people to bring in based off of how sales are currently going, and they staff everything. We give them the inventory. We count it together, we confirm numbers, and then at the end of the night, they count it back out, and we kind of settle up at the end of the night. So that's what we're doing here. So we're doing what we call our pool. So every day we have a general idea of what we're supposed to be giving the venue. I have mine all in a formula that tells me how much I should be pulling. So I'm going through all my designs here and grabbing the amount of merch that I need for that day, depending on how many people there are. So the local merch team is coming to us with golf carts, and they're picking up the boxes, taking them to the count-in area where we count in, and we meet them there after a few hours and get all the numbers on everything.
Cool. The guitars are still over there, though?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, your car was like...
I appreciate it, man. What up?
Hey, just to let you guys know, the stuff on the carts, that one to the left, you just need to count in. I'm gonna pull from that one a little bit. But yeah, just don't touch anything on the carts yet.
Thank you, guys.
But you can.
So this is Nate, who does merch for Stain, by the way, and we had just gotten a couple of deliveries in that were in a nearby warehouse. And when you're on tour, every time you get a delivery, you have to be very, very clear with the venue on what to do or what not to do with that. Sometimes you don't even know what got delivered, you haven't confirmed numbers, you don't know if they were supposed to send you 20 boxes and they sent you 15. And if the venue starts to mix it in with the stuff that you're giving them, then things can get really confusing. So we always got to be really clear with them on what to do with our shipments if they receive them. And some venues don't know any better, and they'll open them and start putting them right into the venue without even asking you. So you got to be very, very clear with the venue. Most of them understand and are really good, and these guys were some of the best that we had on the tour.
I'm all right. There wasn't a lot of options to eat yesterday. I mean, not in my opinion. I'm used to, I don't like spending $100 every time I eat. It was nothing but like, I ended up getting Cheesecake Factory for one of them, and I don't really...
Is this the food court?
I couldn't find it, and I didn't feel it was already like 8 o'clock. I was like, I'm not gonna try that. And then for lunch, I went and had like a burger from that place called like Brew Burger Bar. It was all right, nothing spectacular. I'm like the cheapest person on the tour. So like the fact that I bought Cheesecake Factory was like, that's like a last resort. I just like taking as much money home as I can. Yeah. Yeah, she actually might be a little bit more frugal than I am. Is this stuff right here going in? You're staying this right here?
Yeah. I'm just trying not to.
It's one of the downsides to the start of tours that we're fully stocked and there's not a lot of room to work in, even though there's only 3 of us in here. And there's only like a 3 to 4 foot walkway from front to back for us to walk in, and it gets really crowded really easily, especially because the VIP stuff is at the very nose of the truck. The side door is currently blocked, and we have tons of boxes because we just started. So it can sometimes take a couple of hours just to get your pull done for the day, just because of all the walking back and forth and moving product around just to get to other product. But as the tour goes on, things loosen up. We get to have more space, and it's kind of a back and forth thing. Sometimes we're full, sometimes we're not. So here I'm at the count-in area. This is at one of the merch stands, and they just lay out all the stuff on tables. And what I'm doing here is I'm going through some numbers that I thought might be off, that I wasn't sure if I gave them the right counts, because like I said, things can get really confusing in the truck when you've got boxes everywhere and there's not a lot of space to work with. So I'm going through and double counting some stuff to make sure that I have my numbers right, because in a few minutes I'm gonna get with the Venny rep and we're gonna try to match numbers, and if we're off we have to go recount. So it's just like I might as well do it before we get to that point.
Can you give me a hand real quick? Can you just help me verify some dozens? I just want to make sure that all these are, we're just going to check tags. So I'm mainly concerned about these. Okay. So I'll just help you lift them. So if we could make sure, the smalls are fine, but just like, we'll just make sure all these are mediums.
Mediums, okay.
Yeah. You don't have to do like all of them, just make sure like the stack is mediums.
Okay.
Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, that's 6. So 10 plus, I think there was 9 there.
Yep.
21. And then pieces, right? These are pieces. Okay. Thank you. I think that's good. Thank you very much.
While we were on this tour, we also had a QR code sign that we would put at the merch stands. And it would sometimes be on those, what they call IMAG screens that you see sometimes, where the video screens basically on the sides of the stages where you can see the band. In between sets and stuff, or before the show starts, they would put the QR code up there. You could scan it and get a look at all the merchandise we had. So it was my responsibility to put all the products in and make it look nice, update it when we were out of stock on stuff, add new products when we got new products in. So this is me just updating the website on my computer before the doors open. Also, this was one of the biggest shows of the tour, I think, if not the biggest. So we did a special edition shirt for all the biggest shows. So we took the Eagle shirt that we had, and we took the Breaking Benjamin logo out of the Eagles claws, and we put the state of Indiana in there.
What's up, Buster?
Truck. Does the truck move or it's still there?
It'll be there all day. Yeah.
I hope so. How you doing?
I'm good, you know, just passing out comps.
Oh.
Just, Blake, Sean, Dickie, Sean, Cowboy. Well, Cowboys are crew shirts.
Notice that I came and got my guys.
I know. Well, I was gonna bring them to you, but came and just took a golf cart out there like a real man.
You know, I care about my friends. I don't want them to have to do extra work.
Yeah. Oh, I appreciate it. I mean, I would have brought them to you anyway.
Am I supposed to have a crew shirt?
I can get you some. I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Yeah, what size?
Medium, please.
Sure,
Nope.
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah. Represent.
Oh yeah. Yeah, absolutely, man. So now I'm just trying to hunt people down, you know?
I tried this newer stuff that I bought, and I put it on Dickies.
This is Jason from Breaking Benjamin as well, and Mike Warren, our stage left guitar tech, who's been with the band for 8+ years now, longest standing crew member. And I just did a podcast episode with him, actually. So if you haven't seen that, I highly suggest you go watch it because it might be one of the best episodes I ever do. I'll link that in the description for you if you want to check it out. Mike's a really smart guy, a lot of wisdom, a lot of experience, just a really great guy to have on our crew. And the podcast episode is, like I said, one of the best I'll probably ever do.
Les Paul Customs with Nitro, the white guitars were turning pink. Because that nitrocellulose was soaking up the dye and the paint.
I know you've always worn mediums.
I have. But what I'm saying is the black one's always mediums.
Yeah.
But then the new
The camo,
ones,
yeah.
they're like, the mediums are way small. They're smaller.
Yeah, I know for sure. They're shorter too.
But yeah, no, that feels big as fuck.
I knew it. I knew it. Give me that. There's not gonna be nothing left of you in a couple years. It's gonna disintegrate.
I already am. I already am.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think these are too big. I mean, you want the black ones then, right?
Yeah.
I got black and medium.
Nice.
All right. Hey, it's Dave Mustaine's birthday today. Dave Mustaine. You better text him. Jeez. Jeez. There you go, sir.
Oh, dude, thank you.
Is this right here cool? Yeah, of course.
Wow, you can get them all dusty for me?
Yeah. Nah, you'll do that on your own. Just put them on. It's like, damn.
It's like Big Ben from Charlie Brown. Just walks around, there's just like dust.
You're like, hey man, I thought I'd give you black shirts.
You know what
Oh,
I'm
they are
talking
black. Yeah.
You know what Big Ben is?
Yeah. I forgot about him though. Yeah. Where's that guy Blake hang out at?
I don't know.
Or what channel are you guys on?
6.
Jeez. Good old 6. Steven for Blake. I think it said his radio was messing up.
Yeah, the battery's probably dead.
Rip off. I told Gaz, hey, it's Dave Mustaine's birthday today. You better text him. He's like, you're the one that wants to blow him.
That's what I was doing. My second dick or what?
Jeez.
All right, guys, that's it for this one. Please consider subscribing if you like what you see. I do plan on putting out more of these videos with all the tour footage that I have from this tour. And also, let me know what else you want to see, because we're going on tour again in about a month, doing another leg of the same exact tour, except it'll be Wage War instead of Daughtry. So it'll be Lakeview, Wage War, Stained, and Breaking Benjamin. So whatever you guys want to see, let me know, and I'll try to get more footage of that. But that's it for now. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.